We now begin our severe weather coverage right now. Get to your safe spot. Tornado warnings now issued for all of LaPorte County, all of Stark County, southern Berrien County, western St. Joseph County. These are going to continue to go down the pipe. We're giving you a lot of lead time here, folks, because this line has a history of producing tornadoes. We have given you first warning after first warning, and now it is here. The storms have not entered LaPorte County yet, but tornado warnings have just been issued, and I expect more to be issued down the line as these storms start. So we are just getting set. Buckle up, buckle in, because we're going to be in severe weather mode likely for the next hour to 90 minutes. This line has not even gone through yet, but we're giving you as much lead time as possible. There currently is a severe thunderstorm warning for Berrien County, a flash flood warning that includes Benton Harbor and St. Joe. We have warnings on top of warnings. This is going to be a very busy 90 minutes. We're going to try and get you through every warning that's issued. Follow along with us. Alerts on the First Warning Neighborhood mobile weather app also help, because while I'm talking on air, more alerts could be issued for where your location is, and it has GPS. Again, the ability to download the First Warning Neighborhood weather app and have that GPS location warnings to your location, incredibly helpful in a time where we're going to have warnings on top of warnings. What's happening right now is heavy rain, strong wind currently moving into St. Joe, Benton Harbor. The number of lightning strikes, I mean, this is almost off the chart for this area right through here. I'm just going to highlight just within this box is a small sample, almost 300 lightning strikes in the past 15 minutes. The sky is on fire practically with lightning right now in the Benton Harbor, St. Joe, Twin Cities area. And that is also an indication of how strong the storms are, producing heavy rain and strong wind. We'll kind of advance on here and we'll keep close. You can see the warnings here. The tornado warning that's starting just south of Sawyer for southern Berrien County goes until 11 p.m. Central Time or midnight. I expect an extension of those warnings past midnight for likely the South Bend, Mishawaka area. Severe thunderstorm warnings. We're treating these nearly the same as a tornado warning because the wind risk is up to 70 miles per hour with a tornado possible. And that's just this portion of the line. We're also concerned about flash flooding. The rainfall rate now coming onshore in St. Joe, Benton Harbor here at 11:13 is in excess of 1 to 2 inches per hour, and we've already seen heavy rain in this area. So we are just beginning our severe weather coverage tonight. This warning now being adjusted and expanded now out into portions of Cass County. We're seeing now with the velocity here, those bright green colors, that is the expansion. That is the new warning that's beginning to come in. New warnings, a new severe thunderstorm warning. Again, we'll give you an update on that in just a second, but new severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Berrien and now Cass County, now that's being expanded out there. Here's the other portion we're watching. This is the new tornado warning for all of LaPorte County. You can see this whole area highlighted in red here, all of Stark County as well. This is a very large tornado warning. It seems strange. Usually we're used to some kind of polygon. The reason that it's county-wide is because this entire line bears watching and has a history of producing damaging wind. I'm going to jump back and we're going to jump to the other radar picture from Chicago. And this bowing line of storms just now moving through Valparaiso is the area that we're focused in on right now. Tornado warning for LaPorte County, but we're watching this area in Porter County right now. So the storms have not even truly reached LaPorte County yet. This is not a guarantee that tornadoes are about to happen, but it is a real possibility here as we have the concern for tornadoes in here. As we look at some of the radar data, I'm going to go in here and we're going to look inside the storm. And again, what we're looking for is in the velocity, anything that sparks very bright. And you can see this bright return here is really concerning. It's not that all of this is a tornado. This is all straight line wind, but tornado warnings for LaPorte and Stark County, also portions of southern Berrien County, and more warnings are going to come down the pipe. We are very concerned. The strong wind has not yet reached LaPorte County just yet. I'm going to give you kind of an update here. This is just looking at the possibility within this area, these brighter colors here indicating wind in excess of 60 or so miles per hour. Once you get into some of the reds, the radar indicating what could be wind up to closer to 70 miles per hour. You see kind of the red and the orange right in there. That's an estimated wind speed. It's a distance from the radar, but estimating wind up to 70 or 80 miles per hour at the radar level. That's not a guarantee that that's what it's like at the surface, but it does give us confidence that the Valparaiso area is about to see strong wind gusts in excess of 60 or 70 miles per hour, and that's why the tornado warning has been issued. This radar picture doesn't look, again, all that bad when you just look at it at the surface, but when you look at the velocity and the line that is moving towards us, that's the area of concern. So tornado warning for LaPorte County, for Stark County, that continues until midnight Eastern time. The map is red, folks. Warnings are being issued. New severe thunderstorm warning for Pulaski County and portions of Fulton County as well. So warnings on top of warnings will continue to come in as we go through this next hour, likely for the next 90 minutes. I will not be surprised if we see more tornado warnings and more severe thunderstorm warnings issued for St. Joseph County, for Marshall County. Technically, you're going to have sirens going off in St. Joseph County right now because western St. Joseph County is under that tornado warning. Remember, warning sirens are binary, on-off. Is there a warning for St. Joseph County or not? And technically, western St. Joseph County is under a tornado warning. That's why sirens will go off over the entire county. This is why the First Warning Weather app is more powerful. It's giving you that correct location of, are you currently under that warning or are you not? That's where things are coming down. I can hear sirens going off here at the station, even though technically most of St. Joe County is not under a tornado warning at this very moment. But that is most likely to change. So the map is red right now for LaPorte County, western St. Joseph County, and that southern portion of Berrien County right now. So we're watching things very closely. The reason the map is so red this early is because we're trying to give you as much lead time as possible, because the storms are here and the storms are coming, and we have pretty good verification that the storms are going to be severe. So we're just now seeing the storms popping up in western LaPorte County, western Stark County. Hasn't even entered portions of Pulaski and Fulton counties, but we're still watching that area still very closely. This is a tremendous amount of lead time, in part because we know this is around the time frame that a lot of people go to bed. And I'm telling you right now, it's not the time to just go to bed. It's time to be on guard and possibly move to your safe spot with the possibility of tornadoes and strong damaging wind. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for Pulaski County, tornado possible, wind speed up to 70 miles per hour. That goes until 12:15 in the morning. So we're just getting started here at 11:20. We're just getting the warning out that the storms are going to be here within the next 30 minutes for the counties that are highlighted. We're giving you as much lead time as possible. The one active warning that has been expanded is into portions of now Cass County, including Dowagiac and Cassopolis. The storms have now moved in to encompass most of northern Berrien County right now. Benton Harbor, St. Joe, Stevensville, Sodus Township, Berrien Springs, moving now towards Sister Lakes, Dowagiac, the Berrien Springs area. Not quite Niles. This portion right here will likely just stay north of the Niles area, but there's still more to come. We have this portion that's kind of collapsing in, and then we have another portion of this line that's coming pretty much west to east. A lot going on here. I'll kind of play this through on a little loop, and you'll see how this portion is just kind of moving in from the west, and then there's just another portion of the line. A lot of moving pieces is my point right now, but we're concerned about strong wind through this area and very heavy rain. Already a flash flood warning issued for a portion of this area. Of course, the tornado warning down to the south, but this area under a severe thunderstorm warning for wind of 60 miles per hour. Tornado possible, but 60 mile per hour. So this is not the most severe portion of this area, but all this is coming. Heavy rainfall is currently falling in an area that has already seen heavy rain earlier tonight. Flash flooding is a risk. So even if we're not experiencing strong wind, flooding will be an issue for everyone. We have seen 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain or more in the past week. With more heavy rain on top of it, that is an added threat. Looking at the velocity here, this is not eye-popping as far as wind damage across Berrien County. That's the good news right now, but we just are on guard because that possibility of stronger wind is there. But it looks to be mostly going to be south of US 12 where the strongest wind is. So for our northern counties right now, that's the area of top concern, but new warnings continue to come in. New severe thunderstorm warning. This is even related to the main line. This is with the preceding line that popped up. This is now for our eastern counties. This is the Sturgis area, St. Joseph County in Michigan, for wind up to 60 miles per hour. So yes, while it is concerning, this is where I'm talking about warnings on top of warnings on top of warnings. And so you're following along with me, and I'm going to try and point out the most dangerous areas on the radar. But you can follow along with the First Warning Neighborhood mobile weather app because you're going to have more warnings for probably your specific location. And we'll kind of move along the way here as far as how things play out. We'll go over to the radar picture here in this area. And again, you'll see heavy rain, a lot of lightning over St. Joseph County in Michigan. Let's just draw the box here right through this area, just this square. Past 15 minutes, almost 1,000 lightning strikes. The atmosphere is juiced, folks. These storms are popping up. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of moisture, which leaves a threat for strong wind and heavy rain, and in some places the possibility of a tornado. We go back to the radar picture here, not looking at as severe, but in LaPorte County, these cells right here, not necessarily the worst of it, but we're probably going to start seeing an expansion. We have new tornado warnings coming online. Let me give you an update on that. New tornado warnings for now Pulaski County. So expanding this for Pulaski County until midnight. So that severe thunderstorm warning has been added on to with it now a tornado warning for Pulaski County. As I mentioned, warnings on top of warnings. Basically, the map is turning red across the whole western edge of our viewing area. We're just filling in with a mass tornado warning. Make sure we have meteorologist Dave Caulfield on the line here. We'll take his shot in a second. Let me know when he is ready, but he's getting ready into the LaPorte area right now. So Dave, I want to toss to you and tell you you're on standby right now for, again, a widespread tornado warning, but the real threat here is likely straight line wind. What are you seeing and where are you right now?
Yeah, Tom, right now in downtown LaPorte, making our way on Indiana 2, we are definitely seeing the wind pick up a little bit, and our first raindrops really of the last hour or so just fell over the last 30 seconds or so. I'm just going to tell our driver Juan here that we tend to lose service right around this area, so don't go too much farther on Indiana 2 here. But Tom, I'm tracking this with the ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood mobile weather app, and also using some velocity data. And it looks like that the strongest winds are just starting to cross into LaPorte County, southwest of where I am right now. But the areas that really need to be on guard really right now, and if not right now, over the next few minutes, likely going to be the La Crosse area right along 421 there into the Wanata and Westville area. Extremely strong wind heading towards you right now. Tom?
Dave, and I've got the velocity back up here. This is what Dave is talking about right here. You see this area in blue indicating very strong wind moving into the La Crosse area. So that wind is just now moving into LaPorte County. This is just the start. So if you live along the 421 corridor, the wind is just now moving in. Strong wind in La Crosse, Saint Pierre, almost of Medearyville and Francisville. But estimates on the radar, and this is a distance from the radar. I want you to know that. So it can be a little bit of an overestimation. But again, we're still very much concerned, again, in some of these areas. You're going to see some of these numbers that'll pop off here in just a second. Depends on what pixel I click on. But I still am very concerned in this area of what could be very strong wind. We're kind of on the edge of the radar range here, so accuracy is troubling. But our concern here is in this area of wind gusts in excess of 60 or 70 miles per hour for the La Crosse area, for possibly St. Pierre, Wanata, and much of LaPorte County. So here's the warnings. I'll kind of show you the warning map as we expand out here. The map turning red. This is a very large tornado warning for southwestern Berrien, far western St. Joseph County. So this does include New Carlisle, Walkerton, the North Liberty area, all of LaPorte County, all of Stark County, technically a separate tornado warning for Pulaski County. Outside of that, severe thunderstorm warnings that are warned for wind up to 60 or 70 miles per hour and the possibility of a tornado. I want you to know that these warnings are not confirmed tornado on the ground warnings. They are radar indication. They are an indication that in the experience of what has happened through Chicago and what is about to happen here, tornadoes are a possibility in addition to straight line wind. Most of the damage that we're probably about to see, most of the power outages that are about to be happening over the next 30 minutes are likely because of straight line wind. We're going to treat them both seriously, dangerously, and treat them both with the respect that they deserve. Trees falling on houses, probably the biggest concern, whether it's a tornado or whether it's straight line wind. I don't care if the wind's going like this or it's going all in one direction. It is damaging and dangerous. And so if you're in LaPorte, Stark, and Pulaski County, you're getting to your safe spot soon because that severe weather is on the way. This is the current radar picture that we're seeing. This line is just now moving in. You can see this very distinct bow showing up across the southern portion of LaPorte County right now and portions of Stark County as well. Going back up to the north, you can see this area of storms kind of folding through now into portions of Cass County, now approaching Dowagiac, likely with some stronger wind there. We still have the active warnings and heavy rain through here as well. I'm really concerned about a flood threat across Berrien and eventually into Cass County. So it may not be much wind, it may be more of a flood threat in this area because we're not really seeing eye-popping as far as the radar is concerned, as far as the wind goes. But this is an area that we're starting to see that bow right through here. So Kingsford Heights, the Hamlet area. I know this isn't very well populated, but all along the Kankakee corridor. So this is where US 30 crosses Indiana 39, US 35, all through here is my concern for area of very strong wind. So if you're watching right now in portions of western Stark County right now, we're already seeing that now crossing close to Indiana 39 right now. This has now moved through St. Pierre. So this bowing line of storms right through here. So if you're in Knox right now, you need to get to your safe spot. We'll get some timelines on here as well, kind of give you an update of the warnings that are coming through. But this is the area of most concern right through here where we're seeing again, the worst of this storm. We're going to kind of click on and get some more information here. These storms are moving east. They've really picked up steam, now moving closer to 60 miles per hour. So I have to update our storm track information with these storms really starting to pick up speed. And that's been the biggest difference over the past, say, 15 to 30 minutes is the storms have started to accelerate as they move through. Another indication that they've really kind of reached their full strength here. And so this would be the updated timeline if these storms continue to race towards the east at 50 to 60 miles per hour. And that's the latest information I'm getting. This would put the line into South Bend by midnight. So into LaPorte by around 11:34 within the next 5 minutes or so. So I still want Meteorologist Dave Caulfield on standby. Let me know in the back. Let him know that, again, we want to take that shot again as that storm front moves in quite soon. We're beginning to see that bow. So Knox, Plymouth, on towards Bourbon and Warsaw, giving you that first warning. This will move likely close to the Warsaw area and Goshen area as we head towards 12:30. So here's now, here's midnight, and here's probably 12:30. So we have 1 hour that this line is going to move through. and about each major line here is about 30 minutes or so. So here's the now time frame. LaPorte to Knox to Winamac. You're in your safe spot now. Soon, South Bend, Plymouth, Rochester, you're getting ready. You'll get to your safe spot by midnight. And then looking ahead towards Goshen and the Warsaw area, be on standby. Probably waiting till about 12:30, but that storm front is coming. We are very focused in right now, and again, we continue to watch as this Boeing line of storms continues to move through LaPorte County into Stark County, the leading edge of this. We have meteorologist Dave Caulfield in the mobile weather tracker right now as this leading edge is about to approach. Dave, what are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Yeah, we're still in the LaPorte area, Tom, on Indiana 2, and our driver Juan just noticed on the other side of the road here that we might have some damage out ahead of the main line of wind. We're coming up on it, so we don't really know exactly what we're looking at, but we think that we saw at least a tree branch come down on. Oh, okay, so there is a branch down on the side of Indiana 2 here. This is sort of coming into LaPorte, so we're already seeing a little bit of tree damage, and the worst of the wind has not made it here just yet. So that's something to keep in mind, and Tom's been mentioning, and the whole team has been mentioning over the last few days, that even if you don't get the 70, the 80, the 90 mile per hour winds that some other folks have gotten, it still can cause a lot of damage because of how much rain we have seen recently. It's going to rot the trees, it's going to make the ground very soft and making it easier for those trees to come down, even if that wind isn't necessarily at its strongest. So we're seeing that in real time here on Indiana 2. Haven't seen any more damage just yet, but again, those winds are right on our doorstep here. And I am noticing less so in the way of notches in the wind data. That is something that meteorologists look for when it comes to these Boeing lines of storms, because that can sometimes indicate quick bouts of rotation. Not really seeing anything too concerning at the moment, but I am keeping my eye out for that as well, because this line does have a history of creating at least some areas of concern there. But starting to see a little bit of damage. That strongest wind is probably in downtown LaPorte, about 5 to 10 minutes away at this point, as the line makes its way through Hannah at this point, the Westville area, and so probably into Stark County, Knox, Hamlet, into the Stillwell area, and LaPorte over the next 5 to 10 minutes. You should be on guard as well. Tom, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. We'll want to take him very shortly as that line moves through. This is where Dave is. He's on the east side of LaPorte, and that front is on the west side of LaPorte, making its way in. You can see that Boeing nature. Now, what Dave's talking about with the notches there, again, this is a relatively smooth looking line. Again, that doesn't, again, from